And welcome back. What a perfect time for a career game for a guy named Rudolph just 2 days before Christmas. And the Vikings benefited greatly thanks to the big plays from their tight end. Minnesota struggled for most of the first half yesterday in Detroit and trailed 9-0 as the defense gave up just field goals. That's when Kirk Cousins hit Stephon Diggs to get them on the board and set up this Hail Mary pass on the last play of the half to Rudolph for the lead. He also caught a second touchdown pass after intermission. But after the game, of course, it was the big play right before halftime. That's what everybody wanted to hear about from Kyle Rudolph.
Couldn't have worked out any better. Kirk threw an unbelievable pass. For me to run to the spot, turn, and the ball is 10 feet away, and I didn't have to move one step off of my spot, and I was able to just jump up. And I joked earlier, I had a lot of rebounds in high school basketball, and at that point it just turns into another rebound. So maybe see if I can get that added to my career total in high school rebounds.
The Vikings now know that if they beat the Bears next Sunday, they make the playoffs as a wild card. So the last 2 weeks have been huge, and they take some momentum into that game with Chicago, which has clinched the division title. Well, heading into 2019, there's no prep athlete with more buzz around him than Yankton's Matthew Moores. After leading the Bucks to a state title last year, he's already getting scholarship offers from major college basketball powers, and he's only a sophomore. Zach Borg has more on our Carl's TV and Appliance Athlete of the Week.
The buzz builds wherever Yankton goes. If the Bucks are in town, you have to see the Matthew Moores show.
Well, first of all, I don't blame him because I would do the same.
So that's really sweet and awesome, but it's all hard work that I've done just being put out into a show, really.
The son of a basketball coach, Matthew was a gym rat.
I would play in the open gyms and just be involved with almost everything that they were doing.
Who wasted no time showing what he'd learned shortly after moving to Yankton.
Summer between his 6th and 7th grade year, which sounds just crazy, but that's when things really started flourishing for him. We hold a camp every summer after the first morning with middle schoolers that he was pretty dominant. So we asked him if he wanted to come and practice with the varsity guys, and he was dominant in that group too.
Sure enough, Moores began playing for the Bucks as a 7th grader and starting in 8th.
Things were really fast, and between 7th and 8th grade, I think I really developed my game to what it is today, and then each summer I've just been developing.
As a 6'8" freshman, Matthew averaged 24 points and led the Bucks to their first state championship in 40 years.
He is not tapered off. He can play with his back to the basket. Obviously, his ball handling is phenomenal for a guy his size, and I think his shooting is his #1 quality.
And that's drawing attention from across the country. College coaches are regulars at his games, and Moores already has scholarship offers from several Big Ten schools, with more to come.
You almost feel like, man, it's not really fair of what he has on his plate sometimes. But again, I think he has a really good head on his shoulders.
I can handle it. You're watching college basketball, and you just think that could be you.
Until then, he'll keep putting on a show in South Dakota. In Yankton, Zach Borg, KDLT Sports.
And that's sports. We'll all be right back.